What's up guys, it's Dono. Today I wanted to talk about a question that I got, which is when you're writing a new song, should you freestyle first or start writing first? And really the simple, straightforward answer to that question is whatever one fits best for you. There's not anything that will always work. You might need to change up your style sometimes. There's some people who certain strategies work best for them. Also, I have to include that those aren't the only two ways to start and build a song. However, to make sure that this video actually has some content, I'll give you some pros and cons as far as freestyling or writing first. And then you can kind of try them out and see what works best for you. So we'll start out with freestyling. Some of the benefits of freestyling to the instrumental first is that your process will be a little bit more opened up. So you may get ideas or even emotions that you wouldn't get if you were writing, just because the process is more free. Another benefit is your flow is likely to be better just naturally because you're more focused on the instrumental and making sure that your words fit within the instrumental. On the downside for freestyling, your content might end up being a little bit disorganized just because it is off of the top. You may not get out the ideas that you want. You may also have content that's a little bit weaker than what you want just because you haven't taken the time to really develop the ideas, look at all the wording, make sure everything works out perfectly. And if you're not paying close enough attention to how many bars there are, you may actually find yourself cut off in the middle of a concept or an idea. So if you're freestyling and using that to kind of craft your songs or writtens, you're gonna want to pay extra close attention to how many bars there are so you don't get cut off in the middle of an idea, because then it gets really tricky to kind of get that idea still into the verse. Writing, on the other hand, is pretty much the opposite. So pros would be that you can get your ideas very structured, very well defined, make sure that you cover everything that you want to, and make sure that you have space to put in all the ideas that you want. There's not going to be any surprises where you're like, oh, I have like 10 more lines, but I guess the instrumental's over, because you've already planned all that out. The other thing is you have time to make sure that your content is really high quality. You can pay attention to the wording, make sure that you have like a lot of internal rhymes or wordplay or whatever else that you want to show. You can make sure that that all comes together. On the downside for writing, you may have a harder time fitting your words to the instrumental because you might have a line that you've written out that you really like, but when you try to map it onto the instrumental, you just have a hard time putting it on there, which is going to influence your flow. You may also find that having these very rigid outlines for the type of song you want to make doesn't let you fully express yourself. So you're missing out on some of the personality. And unlike freestyling, you may run into writer's block where you just kind of get locked up and you get into this mindset that you can't write anymore and kind of get stuck in a cycle where you just end up not creating any more content or not finishing or whatever else. Again, I want to emphasize that it's not really an either or type of situation, and there's really not one strategy that you should be sticking to all the time. It's essentially whatever works best for you, and there are other strategies that you can use to work on songs and create songs. But again, just kind of experiment with a couple different ways, see what fits best for you in most situations, and you can kind of go with that. And that's all I've got for today. So if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, anything you want me to cover, anything like that, please put it down in the comment box and I will get to it. Beyond that, make sure to check out my music promotion site, noteis.us. And I've also got a t-shirt store, Snap Merch. I'll give you the links to both of those. And yeah, that's it. Deuces. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comment box and I'll get to them as quick as possible. See you guys.